All right, we're now going to cover finding an actual supplier and a place to source your product, because once you find a good product, the next difficulty and the next hurdle is actually coming up with a really good supplier and building a good relationship with them so that you can actually fulfill your orders with good product. You don't want to be fulfilling orders with low quality goods, which has happened to me in the past, and it is a nightmare. So the first one and the first website everyone knows about is AliExpress. This is the most commonly used dropshipping platform, and for good reason. There's so many suppliers on here, there's a lot of products, and overall some of the listings are really good quality. The issue tends to be that there's a lot of volume that goes through this website, so some of the suppliers don't have the fastest processing times. And AliExpress itself, the standard shipping for AliExpress, we can click through to one of these listings. Now normally listings only have AliExpress standard shipping and then a really expensive one. And AliExpress standard shipping, it's fine, but it's just quite long. It's actually a month usually, so it's not that good for getting products to your customers in a timely manner. Now, I'm not going to knock AliExpress. I've built up stores and scaled them with using it. One of the things I usually do is I'll try to find a supplier that is not as big selling the product. So let's just say we're trying to find this facial scrubber that's electric. I didn't really know exactly what to name it. So what I normally do if I'm actually going to look for a supplier on here is I'll try to find one of these ones that still has really good ratings but is not the top dog. The reason for this, they normally don't get as many orders, so you can actually contact them and get faster processing times and stuff like that. So let's say we wanted to work with this supplier. What we could do is we could contact them and we could actually talk to them about getting products shipped out faster and getting better pricing, and overall maybe even a better shipping method. That's something that's always possible. This works really well, especially because there's some unique products that are on AliExpress that aren't on some other platforms. But I do want to show you guys another platform, another website, and arguably better one that you can actually use is called CJ Dropshipping. The cool thing with this is the shipping times are a lot faster. Now let's just say we wanted to sell this electric hair dryer comb or brush, and then we'd come onto the listing, and what we could do is we have all these different variants. So we'll just select basic US and then China warehouse, all inventory, Shopify, shipping to the US, or if you're selling in another country. Now for shipping methods, CJ Dropshipping definitely has better options. CJ Packet Sensitive is 12 to 18 days. And CJ Packet YT US is 8 to 15. So these are a lot quicker than the AliExpress standard shipping methods. Now, if we come to AliExpress and compare the pricing for the same product, you can actually see, so we'll do China, US plug, and pink. And we can see that for AliExpress, so either one, this one or AliExpress standard, this one's a little faster. We're going to be paying a total of $22.30, and for this we have $11 plus $11.46, so $22.46, and shipping times are a little faster, so that's what's pretty cool about this. And then if we wanted to pay a little more, $24, which is $2 more expensive, but we will get the product to our customer a lot faster, and processing times 1 to 3 days. That's really good. The downside of AliExpress is sometimes like they won't actually ship out your orders. So I've had a supplier where I had a US supplier on AliExpress, selected everything, ordered the product, and I sent it out to an influencer to do promos for me, and they had something down here, I believe it was like a guaranteed delivery X date, or like your money back. And they just let it run out to where the guaranteed delivery date was crossed, and I got my refund, which was fine, but more so I just needed the product to go to the address that I had given them, and they never even shipped out the order. So that's one thing that's kind of an issue with AliExpress, which is why CJ may be a bit better of an option for you guys. So I would definitely recommend checking CJ out, and then I'll show you something else. So let's say electric face scrubber. So if your search for a product comes up blank, do not get scared that they don't have the product because maybe it's not a good one. Maybe they just have never drop shipped it before. So keep that in mind. And again, if nothing comes up, you can always just submit the sourcing and show them the product, and they will get it sourced for you. And again, the prices are pretty comparable to AliExpress. The main benefit is just you have pretty consistent processing times. So this is what I would recommend, either AliExpress or CJ, preferably CJ. It's just a lot more efficient for you and for your customers. They usually are getting the products to your customers a lot faster than AliExpress, and there's a lot less headaches with CJ. And CJ is built purely for drop shipping. AliExpress, people shop on there, people do whatever, and it's just a side thing that we drop ship with the platform. So again, definitely look into CJ. So that is kind of about it for sourcing. I mean, CJ dropshipping is really good. AliExpress is really good. If you're selling a more high ticket product, you can also try and go straight to the supplier on Alibaba. I can quickly show you guys that. So let's say you're dropshipping something like a lawnmower robot that's just going to mow people's lawn. Instead of going onto AliExpress and typing it in, you can come straight to Alibaba and find the supplier for the product and chat with them, and then you can actually usually coordinate a dropshipping like setup with them where you either export your orders via CSV, and then you may have to tweak the file a little bit and then send it to the supplier. They'll resend it back to you, and then you can input the tracking. Or there's also an app that you guys can install. It just depends on if the supplier is fine with working on an app. I have had times where suppliers don't use an app to actually get the tracking to my customers. So they've had it where they'll just email me back the tracking for all the orders, and then I have my team just input the order tracking manually for each individual order, which is kind of not efficient, but it's also not that bad considering that these are high ticket products. So if I'm doing 10K in a day, it's not like I'm selling 1,000 goods. It's more like, 30 or something. So yeah, this is another, again, cool way to source products. I prefer using Alibaba for mainly high ticket just because, again, you can get in contact with the supplier directly, and normally shipping can be a little bit more expensive. So I'd rather talk to the supplier on Alibaba because they normally work with shipping methods like DHL Express and stuff, which I prefer if I can afford it, if my product's margins allow for it. So that is another option. I don't really recommend drop shipping on Alibaba if you are selling a normal product that can be sourced on something like CJ or AliExpress. It's just a little better, in my opinion, for high ticket on here because the overall goal is to test the products out, scale them up, and then if it's a long-term product, get the product sourced and private labeled and custom packaging and everything. So doing so with either CJ or Alibaba, it's really efficient for you guys. Now that's going to wrap it up for where to actually source your products for. Again, AliExpress is like the standard way that everyone does it, but I would strongly recommend CJ dropshipping for anyone looking to dropship basically any products. They have everything on here, and if they don't, you can submit the product and they'll get it sourced in 2 days. So CJ dropshipping, and if not, if you're selling a high ticket product, move on to Alibaba and you can contact the suppliers on here. Hopefully this helped you guys out, and I will see you guys in the next video.